Hey there viewers, welcome back to the Ray of All Trades channel. Today we're going to be working on a Husqvarna 51. This one had me sitting with gas in it for a long period of time. Now it won't start. I'm going to pull that carburetor apart, just clean it out real quick. Pull the top cover off. Air filter, 5mm. Be gentle on these old 51s. The plastic that this goes into is pretty soft. Is not the right screw for that. Pull off your choke linkage. These things usually spit fuel at you. See if I can fish a new line in there. Wow. That hose deteriorated completely. So much for fuel rated hose. Check the diameter. Diameter is going to be the most important thing on this because we have to get it through that hole and then through the grommet. I usually cut it at an angle. Try to make a point out of it. Push it all the way through. Cut it flat so that it doesn't want to tear anymore. I'm going to drop it in the tank and I want it to flex like about that on the inside of the tank, which means I need to pull some back. So drop that in, pull some back, and basically it's coming down, it's hitting the bottom of the tank, rolling, and then landing down that way. It just allows room for the filter to bounce around. So then this fuel line needs to be able to come up like this, back around that side to that carburetor. I'm going to cut it right about there, a little long, so I can trim it if I need to. Let's take a quick peek at the carburetor, see what kind of condition it's in. That carburetor is extremely clean. I'm guessing the bad fuel and stuff I smelled was because that fuel line got disconnected, rotted out early on. I don't usually see that type of fuel line go bad. I usually see it get brittle. I don't usually see it basically melt, which is what happened. Liking that either. Let's see if I've got a car kit. That one's missing the metering valve. This one is a Zama. Wait a second. That right there is what I'm looking for. Yep. Lucked out. Just happen to have an extra one laying around. Try to pull this membrane off the top of that gasket. Kind of tough looking compared to that was. Everything, honestly, it looks, smells clean. Gasket. So line this up just like that. Make sure that impulse hole lines up. Go ahead and stick these bolts through. Helps everything else line up. I'm going to, the fuel line should come right around there. From this angle that actually reaches that spark plug boot. I think it's going to be fairly close. And that tucks up underneath this snap right here, because on this side it's actually a choke lever that falls in there. So that drops on like that, rotates up into that groove right there. The gasket's on. Let's go ahead and get the throttle linkage set on there. Just lining up the throttle into that groove. Tighten this up. Again, like I said, you don't want to over tighten these. Basically what you're threading into is this piece of plastic right here. Make sure your choke works, make sure your throttle works before you snug this down. I'm just feeling for as soon as it snugs up. And then snug. And that one's snug. Locked in. I don't know that I would have called that a carb rebuild, it was more of a carb clean out. Generally I put them in the ultrasonic cleaner when I'm sit. So chokes out. Probably take about half a dozen pulls before it rolls over. My next problem. I'm actually going to try some lubrication in there. Plastic that holds that spring, sometimes it's bound up, and it could be cutting through that, but it's not bowed up like I would have expected it to see. I feel like I'm pulling some dirt out of there. If it works its way loose, and if the chainsaw starts. I may end up rebuilding that starter. I saw when it was apart, it's got a decompression lever here. It's got an aftermarket piston and cylinder in it, and these aftermarkets are generally for the 55, which means this has a big bore in it. It kind of explains the high compression.